Only 8 people inside that gym knew who Bruce Lee was. The 340-pound fighter standing in the center of the ring didn't. His trainers didn't. His cornermen didn't. The 200 spectators packed into the bleachers of the Kowloon Athletic Club didn't recognize the quiet Chinese man leaning against the far wall, arms folded, watching. That was about to change. In the next 7 seconds, the biggest, most feared fighter in Southeast Asia would learn the most painful lesson of his life, and the 200 witnesses crammed into that sweltering gym would carry the story with them for decades. Most people wouldn't believe them. This is what really happened on August 14, 1971. This is the fight no one was supposed to see. Kowloon, Hong Kong. The Kowloon Athletic Club. August 14, 1971. Saturday evening, 7:30 p.m. The temperature outside is 91 degrees. Inside the gym, it's worse. No air conditioning. 2 industrial fans bolted to the ceiling push the hot air around but cool nothing. The gym sits above a row of fish market stalls on Canton Road. The smell of dried fish and tiger balm fills the stairwell. Inside, the space is raw. Concrete floor, partially covered with worn canvas mats. Heavy bags hang from steel beams. Iron weights line one wall. A single boxing ring, ropes fraying at the turnbuckles, sits in the center of the room. The lighting comes from fluorescent tubes, 3 of them flickering. This is not a glamorous venue. This is a working fighter's gym. Tonight, it's hosting an unsanctioned challenge match. Word spread through the martial arts community in Kowloon 3 days ago. Flyers in Cantonese, posted outside training halls and tea houses. Open challenge. All styles welcome. Prize money for anyone who can last 3 rounds. 200 people have squeezed into a space meant for 80. Folding chairs fill every gap. Men stand along the walls, 3 deep. Cigarette smoke hangs in the air like fog. The atmosphere is tense, expectant, dangerous. These aren't casual fans. These are fighters, trainers, street-level martial artists, and gamblers. Money is changing hands. Odds are being set. Everyone is here to see one man. His name is Viktor the Mountain Volkov. He is not Chinese, he is Russian. Born in Vladivostok in 1939. He came to Hong Kong in 1962 following the money, following the fights. He found both. Viktor Volkov is 32 years old. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall. He weighs 340 pounds. Not all of it is muscle, but enough of it is. His neck is 22 inches around. His fists are the size of small hams. His chest measures 54 inches. His reach is 80 inches, nearly 7 feet from fingertip to fingertip. He looks like a man who was built to break other men, because that is exactly what he does. Viktor's fighting record, as much as anyone can track unsanctioned bouts across Southeast Asia, stands at approximately 68 wins and 2 losses. Those 2 losses were both in his first year of fighting, 1962, before he learned how to use his size properly. Since then, 9 straight years undefeated. 54 consecutive victories, 31 of those victories by knockout. 14 opponents hospitalized. He has broken 6 jaws, 11 noses, 4 orbital bones, and more ribs than anyone has bothered to count. He fights in a style that combines Sambo, the Russian military grappling system, with Western boxing and a vicious arsenal of elbows and knees he picked up training in Bangkok. He has no formal rank. He doesn't need one. His record speaks for him. Viktor didn't come to Hong Kong to study martial arts. He came because the underground fight scene paid well and asked few questions. By 1965, he was the most feared fighter in Kowloon. By 1967, no one in Hong Kong would fight him. He started traveling. Bangkok, Manila, Singapore, Jakarta. Anywhere there were fighters and money. He always came back to Hong Kong. This was his base, his territory, his kingdom. Viktor's personality matched his size. He was loud, boastful, and deliberately provocative. He spoke broken Cantonese mixed with English and Russian, and he used all 3 languages to insult people. He disrespected local fighters openly, called them small, called them weak, said Chinese martial arts were useless in a real fight. He would walk into traditional kung fu schools uninvited, watch a class, and laugh. Not quietly, loudly, publicly. He wanted people to know he thought their training was a joke. His favorite routine, the one that made him infamous in Kowloon's martial arts circles, was what he called the offer. He would stand in the center of whatever gym or ring he was in, spread his arms wide, and announce in his broken Cantonese, "I give you first punch, free. Hit me anywhere. If I fall down, you win. If I don't fall down, I hit you back." Nobody ever knocked him down. The few who accepted the offer learned what came next. Viktor hitting back was not a sporting exchange. It was punishment. Cruel, deliberate, excessive. He didn't just beat opponents. He humiliated them, held them up when they tried to fall so he could hit them again, laughed while doing it, let them crawl to the ropes before dragging them back. Viktor Volkov didn't just want to win. He wanted people to be afraid of him. And they were. Tonight's challenge match is Viktor's idea. He organized it. He put up the prize money, 5,000 Hong Kong dollars to anyone who can last 3 rounds. At the current exchange rate, that's roughly 830 American dollars, a significant sum, nearly 3 months' wages for an average Hong Kong worker in 1971. Viktor knows no one will claim it. That's not the point. The point is spectacle. The point is dominance. The point is to stand in that ring and prove, again, that no Chinese martial artist can touch him. 7 fighters have signed up to try, 7 local men, ranging from Wing Chun practitioners to Hung Gar stylists to a Choi Li Foot instructor from Sham Shui Po. Viktor will fight them one at a time, 3 rounds each, 2 minutes per round. The first 6 fights take less than 40 minutes combined. None of the challengers survive past the second round. Most don't survive past the first. The Wing Chun fighter lasts 45 seconds. The Hung Gar stylist, a man of genuine skill and 15 years of training, lasts 1 round and 12 seconds before a right cross shatters his guard and sends him to the canvas. The Choi Li Foot instructor, brave and technical, makes it to the second round before Viktor catches him with an elbow that opens a cut above his eye. The referee stops it. Blood on the canvas. The crowd watches in grim silence. After the 6th fight, Viktor takes the microphone. He's barely sweating. His breathing is normal. 6 fights, and he looks like he just finished a warm-up. He speaks to the crowd in his broken Cantonese, switching to English for emphasis. 6 men, 6 Chinese fighters, all finished, all on the floor. He pauses, lets it land. You people talk about Kung Fu like it is magic, like it is something special. Wing Chun, Hung Gar, Tai Chi, Choi Li Foot. I have fought them all. They are nothing. Your Kung Fu is nothing. Your masters are nothing. The crowd bristles. This is Hong Kong, 1971. National pride is not abstract here. China's martial arts heritage is personal, cultural, generational. Viktor knows exactly what he's doing. He's not just insulting fighting styles, he's insulting their identity. Viktor continues. 1 more fight. Number 7. Last chance for Chinese martial arts. Where is number 7? Come. Show me this famous Kung Fu. Show me why I should be afraid. The 7th challenger doesn't come forward. He withdrew 20 minutes ago after watching what happened to the others. Smart man. Viktor grins. No more? Finished? Then let me say what everyone already knows. Kung Fu is for movies. Kung Fu is for children. Kung Fu does not work against a real fighter. None of you can prove me wrong because I am right. He spreads his arms wide. The offer. Anyone in this room. I give you first punch, free. If I go down, you take the money, all of it. But none of you will try because you know what happens when I hit back. The gym is silent. 200 people and no one speaks. No one moves. The shame in the room is thick enough to taste. 6 fighters beaten, 1 withdrawn. A 340-pound Russian standing in the center of the ring mocking their culture, their heritage, their martial arts, and no one can do anything about it. Then a voice from the back wall, calm, quiet, almost conversational, but it carries through the silence like a blade. "I'll try." Viktor squints into the crowd. The fluorescent lights make it hard to see past the first few rows. "Who said that? Come forward." A man steps away from the wall. He's been leaning there all evening, watching every fight, studying every exchange. He's wearing a simple white t-shirt, dark slacks, and leather shoes. No uniform, no belt, no indication of rank or style. He moves through the crowd easily. People step aside, some recognizing him, whispering to their neighbors. He reaches the ring, climbs through the ropes, stands across from Viktor Volkov. The visual is almost comical. The man is 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighs 138 pounds. Viktor outweighs him by 202 pounds. Viktor towers over him by 9 inches. Viktor's reach advantage is nearly 2 feet. The size difference is not just dramatic. It's absurd. It looks like a grown man standing next to a child, except this child has eyes that don't blink and a stillness that doesn't match his size. Viktor looks down at him, literally down. "You? You are number 7? "I'm not number 7. I'm just answering your challenge." "What is your name?" "Bruce Lee." Viktor doesn't recognize the name. He doesn't watch Hong Kong cinema. He doesn't follow the local martial arts scene. He came to fight, not to study culture. To him, this is just another small Chinese man about to learn a painful lesson. But 8 people in that gym recognize the name. One is Unicorn Chan, a stuntman who has worked with Bruce on 3 films. Another is Wong Shun Leung, Bruce's senior Wing Chun brother, the man who taught Bruce to fight on the rooftops of Hong Kong as a teenager. Wong Shun Leung leans forward in his folding chair. His expression is unreadable. He has seen Bruce fight. He knows what is about to happen. Unicorn Chan pushes through the crowd to the ring apron, speaks to Bruce in rapid Cantonese. "You don't have to do this. He's destroyed everyone tonight. He outweighs you by 200 pounds. Bruce looks at him, calm, present, not nervous, not angry, just there. "He said Kung Fu doesn't work. He's wrong. Someone has to show him. Let someone bigger show him. Size is the point. If someone bigger beats him, he'll say it was because of size. It has to be someone small. It has to be technique against power. Otherwise, the lesson means nothing." The gym's unofficial referee, an older man named Mr. Lau, who has been organizing these bouts for years, approaches. "Mr. Lee, this is a 3-round challenge, 2 minutes per round. Light contact is not an option here. Mr. Volkov fights full contact. Do you understand?" Bruce nods. "I understand." Mr. Lau turns to Viktor. "Mr. Volkov, are you willing to face this challenger?" Viktor laughs, a deep, rolling laugh that fills the gym. "This one? He is 140 pounds. Maybe less. I will break him." "Then you accept?" "I accept. But not 3 rounds. This will not take 3 rounds. This will take 10 seconds. Viktor was wrong. It took 7. Mr. Lau calls both men to center ring. Viktor towers. Bruce stands relaxed. The size contrast is mentioned again in whispers rippling through the crowd. 340 against 138. 9 inches of height. 2 feet of reach. Every person in that gym believes they are about to watch Bruce Lee get seriously hurt. Viktor settles into his fighting stance. A modified Sambo posture, hands high, chin tucked, weight slightly forward, ready to charge. His stance is that of a man who overwhelms opponents with pressure and power. Close the distance, use the weight, smother and destroy. Bruce stands in what appears to be no stance at all. Feet shoulder width, weight centered, hands up but relaxed. No chamber, no guard in the traditional sense. He looks like a man waiting for a bus, not a man about to fight someone twice his size. The karate practitioners in the crowd see nothing they recognize. The Wing Chun men see something else entirely. They see perfect center line positioning, weight distribution that allows instant movement in any direction, hands placed for interception, not blocking. This is Jeet Kune Do. This is having no stance as stance. Mr. Lau raises his hand. Begin! Viktor explodes forward. This is his pattern. This is what he always does. Close the distance, use the size advantage, crush the smaller man. He launches a massive straight right aimed at Bruce's head. A haymaker with 340 pounds behind it. If it lands, the fight is over. If it lands, Bruce Lee might not get up. It doesn't land. Bruce shifts 4 inches to the left. Just 4 inches. Viktor's fist tears through the space where Bruce's head was a quarter second ago. The air snaps. Viktor stumbles forward, carried by his own momentum, his own weight working against him for the first time tonight. Viktor recovers, resets. He's surprised but not worried. He throws a left hook, sweeping, designed to catch Bruce wherever he's moved. Bruce ducks, not dramatically, not a deep bob, just enough. 2 inches of clearance. The hook passes over his hair. Viktor swings again. Overhand right, full power, full commitment. This is the punch that broke 6 jaws. This is the punch that hospitalized 14 men. Bruce is already inside the arc. He's moved forward, not backward, into Viktor's space, inside the range where the big man's punches have no power, inside the range where size becomes a liability because you can't hit what's pressed against your chest. Viktor tries to clinch. Grab the smaller man, use the weight. This is Sambo instinct. If you can't hit them, hold them, crush them. But Bruce is not there to be held. He is moving, always moving, not wild movement, efficient movement, economy of motion. Every step covers the minimum distance required. Every shift changes the angle just enough. 3 seconds have passed. Bruce's right hand fires, a straight lead punch, Junsuki in Japanese, Jik Chung in Cantonese, the fastest punch in Bruce Lee's arsenal. It travels 18 inches from launch to target. It strikes Viktor Volkov in the solar plexus, 2 inches below the sternum, dead center on the xiphoid process. The punch is not wide, not looping, not telegraphed. It is a straight line from Bruce's hand to Viktor's body. Pure physics. Mass times acceleration. 138 pounds of perfectly aligned body mechanics focused into 4 knuckles over a contact area of approximately 3 square inches. Viktor's body folds. Not dramatically, not like the movies. His diaphragm spasms, his lungs lock. His brain tells his body to breathe and his body refuses. The air leaves him in a sound the crowd will later describe as a bark, a cough, a gasp, and a groan all at once. Viktor's knees buckle. Not fully. He's still upright, barely. His hands drop from fighting position to his midsection. Instinct. Protect what hurts. 5 seconds have passed. Bruce doesn't wait, doesn't pause, doesn't let Viktor reset. In Jeet Kune Do, there is a principle called interception. You don't wait for the opponent to recover. You don't admire your work. You follow through. Bruce's left hand rises. A paksao, a slapping deflection, pushes Viktor's dropping right arm further down and away. This takes 1/10 of a second. It creates an opening the size of a dinner plate on the right side of Viktor's jaw. Bruce's right hand fires again. Different target. The punch rises at a 15-degree angle, travels 14 inches, and connects with Viktor's jaw 3 inches below the right ear. The mandibular angle, the knockout point. Every fighter knows it. Few can reach it on a man who stands 6'4". Bruce Lee can reach it because Viktor is bent forward from the body shot, because Viktor's guard is down, because Bruce set this up 2 strikes ago. 7 seconds. Total elapsed time from the start signal to this moment. 7 seconds. Viktor Volkov, 340 pounds, 68 wins, 54 consecutive victories, 9 years undefeated, the most feared fighter in Southeast Asia, falls. Not backward, sideways. His legs give out at the knee, his body twists. He hits the canvas on his right side, and the ring shakes. The ropes vibrate. The sound is heavy, final, like a tree falling in a forest. The gym erupts, not with cheers, not immediately. First, there is silence. 2 full seconds of absolute silence. 200 people processing what they just saw. Then the noise comes, all at once. Shouting, clapping, chairs scraping, men grabbing each other's arms. In 7 seconds, the impossible happened. A 138-pound man knocked a 340-pound man unconscious. Kung Fu just answered every insult Viktor Volkov had thrown at it for 9 years. Chinese martial arts just proved, in the most definitive way possible, that technique beats size, that speed beats power, that precision beats brutality. Wang Xunliang stands in the crowd. He is not surprised. He is smiling, a quiet, knowing smile. He taught Bruce the center line theory that made that first punch land exactly where it needed to. He taught Bruce that the straight line is always faster than the curve. He is watching his student prove, under the most extreme conditions, that Wing Chun's principles work against any size, any style, any opponent. Mr. Lau rushes to Viktor, checks his breathing. Viktor is unconscious, but alive. His chest rises and falls. His eyes are closed. He will wake up 4 minutes later with a headache, a bruised ego, and a jaw that will ache for 3 weeks. He will not remember the punch that put him down. Most knockout victims don't. Bruce stands in the ring, breathing normally. His fists are unclenched. He looks down at Viktor, and there is no triumph on his face, no celebration, no gloating. He looks almost sad. He wanted this to go differently. He wanted Viktor to understand before the punch, not after it. But some lessons can only be taught through experience. Some teachers can only speak in a language the student understands. When Viktor wakes, he is sitting on a wooden stool in the corner of the ring. Someone has given him water. His cornermen are around him. The crowd has thinned. Bruce is still there, waiting. Viktor looks up at him. His eyes are red, not from tears, from the concussion. He speaks in English. How? Bruce sits on the ring apron, eye level now. Your power is real. Your size is real. But you rely on it. You expect it to be enough. When it isn't enough, you have nothing else. Viktor stares, processing through the fog. Speed defeats size, Bruce continues. Not always, not automatically. But when speed is guided by precision, when every movement has purpose and no movement is wasted, then size becomes irrelevant. You threw 3 punches. Every one of them told me where the next one was going. Your body announces your intentions. Your shoulders telegraph. Your feet commit before your hands move. I didn't beat your body. I beat your pattern. Viktor is quiet. Then he asks the question that changes his life. Can you teach me? Bruce studies him, sees something past the arrogance, past the cruelty, sees a fighter who has never been challenged, never been taught, never been shown that there is more to fighting than being bigger and hitting harder. I don't teach people who fight to humiliate others. That's not martial arts. That's bullying. Viktor looks at the canvas, at the bloodstains from the 6 men he beat tonight. His bloodstains, his cruelty made visible. I can change. Maybe, but changing starts with understanding why you fight. If you fight because you need people to be afraid of you, no technique will fix that. If you fight because you want to understand yourself, to test yourself, to grow, then there's something to work with. Bruce stands, extends his hand. Viktor takes it. Bruce's hand disappears inside Viktor's massive grip, but the handshake is gentle. Something has shifted. The room feels it. Come to my Kowloon on Nathan Road, Monday morning, 6 a.m. If you're serious, we'll see. Viktor came that Monday, and the next, and the next. For 4 months, until Bruce Lee's schedule made regular training impossible, Viktor Volkov trained at Bruce's school. He learned economy of motion. He learned that his size was an asset, not a strategy. He learned to read opponents instead of overwhelming them. He learned that strength without wisdom is just violence, and violence without purpose is just cruelty. Viktor the Mountain. Volkov retired from fighting in 1973. His final record, 69 wins, 2 losses, and 1 knockout that he counted as the most important moment of his career. Not because he lost, because he learned. He opened a small gym in Simsha Tsui, taught a blend of Sambo, Western boxing, and the principles of economy and interception that Bruce Lee showed him. He never again offered the offer. He never again mocked another man's martial art. He told every student who walked through his door the same story, the story of August 14, 1971. The night a 138-pound man taught a 340-pound man that the biggest fighter in the room is not always the most dangerous, that the quietest voice sometimes carries the hardest truth, that 7 seconds is enough time to change a life if you know exactly what to do with them. The 8 people who knew who Bruce Lee was that night told everyone. The story spread through Kowloon, through Hong Kong, through the martial arts underground of Southeast Asia. Some believed it, some didn't. Those who were there never forgot. 200 witnesses, 8 who knew. 7 seconds. 1 lesson that lasted a lifetime. August 14, 1971. The Kowloon Athletic Club. The night Bruce Lee stepped out of the shadows and reminded 200 people that the smallest man in the room can carry the biggest truth. And the truth he carried that night was simple. It doesn't matter how big you are. It matters how precise you are. It matters how fast you are. It matters how much you understand about what you're doing and why you're doing it. That's not kung fu. That's not karate. That's not sambo. That's life. And Bruce Lee understood life better than anyone in that room, even at 138 pounds.